Welcome to qnawire.
All right, number 97, we're looking at disproportionation reactions, which are a type of redox reaction. Um, and in these types of reactions, the same substance is both oxidized and reduced. So you're going to be putting the same reactant in two different half reactions when you're balancing. So we need to complete and balance these reactions. So let's start with the first one. Get my pen here. All right, so in the first one, in A, we have Ni plus is going to Ni2 plus and nickel metal, the solid. And those other ones are aqueous. So I'm going to split that into two half reactions. And again, the reactant in these guys is going to be the same for both half reactions. So in the first one, I have nickel 1 plus going to nickel 2 plus. That's my oxidation half reaction because I'm losing electrons. And the other one, I have nickel plus is going to nickel metal, and that would be my reduction reaction. So they're already balanced for elements. There's no oxygen, there's no hydrogen to worry about, so all I need to do here is balance for charge. So in this case, I'm going to add 1 electron to this side for an overall charge of +1 on each side. And in this case, I'm going to add 1 electron to this side for an overall charge of 0 on both sides. Both half reactions have 1 electron, so I can just add them and cancel. So on this side, I will now have 2 Ni plus is going to yield the Ni2 plus and the nickel metal. So that's part A. The reaction in part B, I have MnO4 2 minus is going to MnO4 minus and MnO2. And this is going to be under acidic conditions. This first one was under acidic conditions as well, but it didn't really matter because we didn't need to worry about oxygen. All right, so again, I'm going to split this into two half reactions. MnO4 2 minus is going to go first off to MnO4 1 minus, and in the second half reaction, it's going to go to the MnO2. All right, so I'm going to start so this one is balanced for manganese, and so is this one. For oxygen, this one is balanced for oxygen, so I don't need to worry about that. This one is not. I need to add 2 waters over here. And then that gives me 4 H pluses over here, or sorry, 4 hydrogen on the right, so I need to add 4 H pluses to the left. And I don't need to worry about hydrogen in this first reaction. So in the first reaction, I have an overall charge of -2 on this side and -1 on this side. So I'm going to add 1 electron to the right to make that a -2 on the right. Here I have +4, it's -2. So my overall charge on this side is +2, and on this side it's 0 because neither of those have a charge. So I'm going to add 2 electrons to this one. So now I need my number of electrons to be the same, so I'm going to multiply this reaction by 2, and I'm going to go ahead and rewrite it underneath here. So now I have 2 MnO4 2 minus yields 2 MnO4 minus plus 4 H2O. And then I'm going to add my 2 reactions together. Nope, sorry. So 2 MnO4 minus, this should have been plus 2 electrons. Sorry, I was multiplying that one and looking here. So plus 2 electrons. Okay, so now my 2 electrons are going to cancel. And then I'm going to be adding, I have 2 MnO4 2 minus here and 1 here. So that's 3 MnO4 2 minus. Plus I still have my 4 H pluses. And that is going to yield the 2 MnO4 minus plus the O2 and the 2 waters. So that's question B. Let's get a clear screen here. All right, in C, I am balancing H2SO3, which goes to S, and HSO4 minus, and again, that is going to be under acidic conditions. So I'm going to start by splitting my reaction into the 2 half reactions. I have H2SO3 goes to sulfur, and I have H2SO3 goes to HSO4 minus. So they both have 1 sulfur on each side, so I'm good for elements other than hydrogen and oxygen. So in this first one, I'm going to balance for oxygen by adding 3 H2Os over here on the right. Here I have 3 oxygen on the left and 1 on the right, so I'm going to add 1 H2O over here. Now I'm going to balance for hydrogen. On the left on this first one I have 2, on the right I have 6, so I'm going to add 4 H pluses over here. Here I have 2 hydrogen plus 2 is 4 on the left and only 1 on the right, so I'm going to add 3 H pluses over here. Now I'm going to balance for charge. I have plus 4 here, and this is 0, so this side is plus 4. This is 0, this is 0. So I'm going to add 4 electrons to the left to balance out the positive 4. They make it 0. In this reaction, I have no charge on the left. Here I have a negative 1 and a positive 3, so I have an overall charge of positive 2 here. And so I'm going to add 2 electrons to this side. Now I have 4 electrons in the first reaction, 2 in the next one, so I'm going to multiply this reaction by 2. And then I'm going to rewrite. I'm going to come over here just for some more space. So I'm just going to rewrite this one as is first. So this one is 4 electrons plus 4 H pluses plus H2SO3 yields sulfur plus 3 H2O. And this one multiplying by 2 is 2 H2O plus 2 H2SO3 yields 2 HSO4 minus plus 6 H plus 4 electrons. And now I'm going to simplify. My electrons cancel. 2 of my waters cancel here, and I can subtract the 2 here to make that just 1 water. And then I have H pluses. I can subtract the 4 H pluses over here to make that a 2. All right, so now I can add it all together. I have 2 plus 1, so that's 3 H2SO3s are going to yield the S plus 2 HSO4 minuses plus the water, and I still have 2 H pluses there. Oops, 2 H pluses. Finally, question D. I have Cl2 yields Cl minus plus ClO minus, and this one's going to be under basic conditions. So I am going to start with Cl2 yields Cl minus, and then Cl2 yields ClO minus. All right, first I'm going to balance for elements. This has 2 chlorines, so I need a 2 here. Same thing here. This has two chlorines, so I need to put a 2 here. This one doesn't have any oxygen or hydrogen that I need to worry about. Here I have 2 oxygen on the right, so I need to add 2 oxygen, or 2 waters, sorry, to the left here. Then I'm going to balance for hydrogen. This has 4 H pluses, so or 4 hydrogen, so I'm going to add 4 H pluses over here. Then I'm going to balance for charge. This first reaction has 0 on this side and negative 2 on this side, so I'm going to add 2 electrons to the left here. This has 0 on this side, negative 2 and positive 4, so that's a positive 2 on this side. So I'm going to add 2 electrons over here. And they both have the same number of electrons, so I get to just cancel. So now I have 2 waters plus 2 Cl2s yields 2 Cl minus plus 2 ClO minus plus 4 H pluses. Now I'm going to take care of the fact that it is basic, so I'm going to neutralize my H pluses with OH minuses. So I'm going to add the same number of H pluses. I'm going to add that many OH minuses to both sides. So it's plus 4 OH minus. That becomes 4 waters. And then I can simplify my waters. I can subtract the 2 over, and that becomes 2. I'm going to rewrite down here. So now I have 4 OH minus plus 2 Cl2 yields 2 Cl minus plus 2 ClO minus plus 2 waters. And actually, because everything can be divided by 2, I'm going to do that because it needs to be the lowest numbers here, right, for our coefficients. So everything's just going to divide by 2 here. So that becomes 2 OH minus plus Cl2 yields Cl minus plus ClO minus plus a water. And that is the end of your balance.